Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today, we have something very different, something I've never done before, and I think something that you guys hopefully are going to love. So, we have Richu right here joining us today, and she's going to be interviewing me so you guys can get to know me a little bit more. I feel like we're always talking about, all the fitness topics, mindset, nutrition, fitness, which is great. But I think that if you guys get to know me a little bit more, it's going to make things more interesting as you're going to get to know the person behind the microphone, behind the screen. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. So let's get it started. Richu, you take the microphone and yeah, I don't know what questions she's gonna ask me. She wrote some questions. I have no clue what's gonna be in there, but hopefully you guys can get to know me a little bit more.
It's going to be a surprise for you, Daniella. Hi, everyone. I hope you're all well. So we are going to learn a little bit more about Daniella Del Carpio today. And you're going to be hearing from my lovely British accent. So Daniella, I'd like you to share a little bit more about your background and your upbringing, because we've touched on this briefly in the past, but how did that very sort of early life, if you like, shape who you are today? So tell me about your background, your upbringing, and how you are here today, please.
Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, so I was born and raised in Peru. I lived there until I was 14 years old. And when I was young in high school back home, I was really into sports, believe it or not. I was really like into basketball, running. That was my thing. And it was because in high school, well, primary school and high school, you had to take PE like that. It was compulsory. So you had to, pick all your subjects. Sorry, not pick all your subjects. They forced you to pick all those subjects. And then PE was one of them. And I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed music. I really enjoyed dancing. So I was very like into those sort of things. I wasn't like the smartest girls at school. Like my grades were not the best, but when it came to exercise, when it came to dancing, when it came to music, I was really good at that. So since a very young age, I knew that, okay, studies are not for me, but I'm more like the artistic type in the family. Between me and my sister, there's always like one that's like the smart one, and then the other one that's more like that likes those things. So I was that girl. I was that sister between me and my sister. And then at 14 years old, we moved to New Zealand. So this is where I am right now. I've been living here for 14 years now. So literally half of my life. I'm 28 right now. And the change, it was such a big change moving here. Because as you know, South America, it's a complete different culture. New Zealand, it's a complete different culture, different language, different everything. So it was a really big shock when I came here. I came here on day 2, straight to high school with no English, with no friends, with no nothing, like just boom, go in there, Danny, do your own thing. And obviously I was excited, but then once you are in the real world, once you know exactly what's in here and then you meet the people, I was like, okay, this is not what I was expecting. Like this is completely different. So it was like a challenge that I was not by myself, because I had my sister, I had my cousins, my mom was here, my dad was here. So I was not really by myself, but you feel alone because you don't have the things that you used to have. You don't have the friends that you used to have. I was not able just to call my friend and be like, hey, do you want to meet up on Saturday? Let's go out or whatever. It was not the same. I didn't have my cousins here, like all my other cousins. My grandparents, who I was really, really close with, I love my grandparents so much. So one of them passed away 3 years ago, and then the other one, she's still alive. So yeah, it was a big change. And then I finished high school here. Okay, I'm trying to be really quick. I feel like I'm taking too long. I finished high school here, and then I had no clue what I wanted to do with my life. Like literally no clue. I was like, I'm not gonna go to uni. I don't want to study. I don't like studying. And then I was working for a little bit in retail, and then I did a makeup course for like 6 months. Then I did beauty therapy for like another 6 months, and I was like, I don't like this. And then I decided to personal training. That's when I was more into my fitness. I started going to the gym when I was 16. So 2 years after I came to New Zealand, because I gained too much weight. And that's when my love for fitness started to grow in me. I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew that fitness was something that I enjoyed, because back then, remember in high school, I was running, I was dancing, I was playing basketball. And then after beauty therapy, I was working again in retail. I've worked in retail for so many years. And then I decided to my PT course. I feel like that didn't work out too much. I work at the gym, but I felt like there's something missing. And then I studied nutrition. I was at uni for like 3-4 years because I failed one paper. So I was at uni for 1 year longer, 4 years. And then once I finished my nutrition degree at uni, which was so challenging, I still didn't know what I wanted to. Like, even though I had those degrees, I still didn't know what I wanted to. And then I was working full time for a company. It was like very like a fitness company. So it was like my thing, like fitness, doing like meal plans training. And yeah, and then COVID happened. After COVID happened, that's when I started with my business with the idea of running this business. And literally that's when all the magic happened. 3 years after, oh no, 2 years after, I think 3 years after, I don't even know what the time is. I'm here right now talking to you guys, running my own business, doing my online coaching full time. And I feel like finally I found something that I know it's my thing. Like it's something like this is my purpose in life. You know, it took me how many years? Only 28 now. And only at this age, I realized this is something that I want to do. This is something that I know I have to do because I truly enjoy it. I don't feel like I'm working every day. It just feels like I'm doing the thing that I enjoy. I'm doing the thing that I love. And I get so much pleasure from like seeing my clients grow so much, being so successful, seeing them getting those results, losing that body fat, changing their mindset, changing their relationship with fitness. And that's something that makes me extremely happy. So yeah, that's a little like a quick summary about me and what I'm doing right now.
Well, I mean, this podcast is literally all about you. So yeah, a lot to take on board. And it's so interesting because I feel like there's small things that remind me of myself when you talk as well. Yeah, very interesting. We'll learn about this, won't we?
Yeah.
So I guess you've kind of covered sort of what has inspired you to become a fitness coach as well. But how do you personally stay motivated to maintain a healthy and active lifestyle? Are there any specific routines or habits that you swear by?
Yeah, I think because like since a very young age, how I told you guys, like I used to be into athletics and basketball and dancing. So I was very active when I was young. So that was just something I feel like that it was on me. And my dad was always also the same. He used to always go to the gym. He used to always go out for runs. So I think like even though at that time I didn't know that I was picking up on the habits that he had, I was picking up on those habits. Like looking now back at that when I was young, I'm like, no wonder why I have these habits now. It's because I was literally doing the exact same thing that my dad was doing. He will wake up every morning, go to the gym at like 5 a.m., sometimes 4 a.m. because he was crazy, really early, go to the gym or go for a run outside. There were times that even me and him will go for a run in the park, you know, just a few laps in the park. So I think that's something that helped me build that consistency of staying active. Before it was going for runs, doing little things like that, and then it was going to the gym. So it just became a part of me. And that's why it's easier for me because I've been doing it for so many years now. And it's just what I know. It's all I know because my dad did it. So it's for me, it was normal. You know, for other people, maybe your parents were not doing the same, which is why it can be a little bit more challenging. For me, that's what all I knew growing up. And that's how I think I stay consistent with my training. And the motivation, I think it mainly comes, I will say right now, it mainly comes not just because I want to be healthy, not just because I don't want to get to 60, 70 and then, you know, regret all the choices that I made. But I think also being a coach, you have a big responsibility because you don't want to be the type of coach that you tell your clients or you tell people or you put content on social media saying you should be doing this, you should be doing that, you should be doing that. And then you're not the one doing that. I feel like me as a person, that's not someone that I am. I will never preach something and then not do it. So I feel like that's a huge thing also that keeps me motivated because I want to show up for my clients. I want to show up for the people around me. I want to show up for the people that look up to me because people are looking up to us because they see us doing the thing and they see us we inspire them. So I know that I have a big motivation, a big responsibility in me. So I don't want to let people down, but most importantly, I don't want to let myself down. Like I know what can happen if I stop training, if I start eating junk food, if I start drinking, if I start smoking. I don't want that for myself. I know the future that I want to have, and that's also a big motivation for me.
I love that. I think that's so good. And yeah, I think you've touched on so many things there, like, you know, the impact that it has on you as a person to see other change in other people and see your clients grow and attain success and everything. Like that's just amazing. So I want to talk a little bit about the challenges because it's great to have all these, like, you know, so we've learned a little bit about you, Daniella, about who you are, where you, what, you know, where you've come from, what you believe in, what's kind of brought you to where you are, to the Daniella we all know now and we're learning about. Um, but what challenges would you say that you have faced in your journey as a coach, and how did you overcome them?
As a coach, wow, there's quite a few things that come to my mind. I will say the first one, I don't even know where to get started. So you guys, like I told you, I don't know what question she's asking me. That's why I'm just like thinking on the spot. Challenges as a coach. I guess the first and the biggest challenge was having self-doubt because I didn't know if I was good enough. I didn't know if I was giving enough value to my clients. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to help them. Like even though you have the degree, even though I went to uni, studying nutrition, studying PT, like I always have that little self-doubt in my mind saying like, are you really gonna be able to help them losing weight or gaining muscle mass? Are you really gonna be able to do those things? And it's that fear that holds you back. And I think that's why I put it off for so long. When I did my PT course, I worked at a gym for I think 3 months, and then I stopped because I had that fear. I feel like this is not enough. That's why I went to uni. Even with uni, I was like, maybe this is not good enough. So that was one of the biggest challenges that I had to overcome. And I think, yeah, it took a lot of time, and it still comes every now and then. I'm not gonna lie, we always have, at least I always have that self-doubt. It's not as big or as much as how it was before. It's getting much, much better. But there are some days that that little voice comes and I'm like, am I doing the right thing? Like, is this gonna work? Am I gonna be able to do this? But then I have to remind myself, like, yeah, you've got it. You help so many women, you know exactly what you're doing. Don't be afraid, just get it done and keep going. So that was one of the biggest challenge that I faced as a coach, having the self-doubt. Another one that I will say that I've been having recently, another challenge is like some people maybe not respecting your business too much. And I guess that's not just as a coach, but more like a business owner. I think because we have a very small business, we're only just getting started. Well, I'm only just getting started. I think maybe some people don't take it too serious because you're a very small company. You cannot really do much if something happens. So I think that's something, it was a really big challenge because that's something that was really annoying me. When those things, I'm not gonna say what happened, but when those things happened, it was something that was really annoying me. And the good thing about having a business coach is that you can talk to him about those things. And then he told me, what's the point of you thinking about that? What's the point of you spending your time, thinking about those things? That you're just wasting time. What's done, it's done. If those people don't respect you, those are their values, not your values. As long as you have your values very strong, and as long as you continue doing the thing that it's right, that's all that matters. You cannot control people. You cannot control how people react. You cannot control what people do to you. There's always going to be those sort of people, and that's something that I had to learn as a coach, as a business owner. As much as you want to help someone, sometimes people don't want that help. Maybe because they don't want to accept it. Maybe because there's something going on, and that can be frustrating and annoying. But you grow, you learn, you overcome those challenges, to overcome those setbacks. And yeah, I think it's gonna get better, but it just shows you like, running your, being a coach, there's always gonna be challenges and you just have to learn from them and you have to overcome them. Because if you stay or if you give it too much time, too much attention, too much of your energy, you're simply not going anywhere. And I think that's a big lesson for me, not just as a coach, but also as a human being, for my own personal life, like things that I can apply in my own life. So yeah, I will say mainly those two. There's quite a few. There's another challenges, but I will say the two big ones, it'll be those ones. The self-doubt and then dealing with people that don't really respect your business.
And I think that's going to be so relatable for people that are listening to this podcast as well, Daniella, because I think that definitely is something that other people will experience themselves. People have self-doubt, and so when they come to you, they'll have self-doubt on their fitness journey. So they'll come to you because they need that in that encouragement and that expertise as well, and to know that they can achieve something. They just need to be guided in the right way. So yeah, I know, I absolutely love that. And coming away from challenges, I wanted to talk a little bit about your life outside of your female fitness coaching. What do you do outside of this, and what are your interests and hobbies in your spare time when you're not coaching and when you're not empowering other women to take hold of their fitness and their nutrition? What are you doing for yourself? What are your interests and your hobbies?
Good question. Honestly, my hobbies are going to the gym. I would say that's one of them. Like if I'm not working coaching, I'll be at the gym. If not, I will be either maybe spending time with my partner, going out to the shopping mall, just wasting time there, or going to see my family, just little things like that. But outside that, I honestly don't do too much because most of my time I spend it in my business with my clients working. So I would like to, I'm gonna like if I say I do this, I do that, like I don't do anything. My life, it's all about literally, it's all about just doing the things that I like, which is my training, my own training, my business, which is my baby, and spending time with my partner and my family. Yeah, I mean, other hobbies will be, I guess, something very new that I think it's a new hobby that I just got 3 weeks ago. It's camping. That's something that I really enjoyed, and that's something that I want to continue doing. So we plan with my boyfriend, maybe we're gonna do, every month, once a week, every weekend, once a month, we might go just somewhere for the weekend and then come back. Or during the week, because yeah, he's not able to do weekends because of his job. Maybe during the week, just 2 days and come back. So yeah, I would say camping, but I don't really have too many hobbies, to be honest.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah, I don't think that matters too much. I mean, at the end of the day, you've said, well, it matters in a sense that you've said what your hobbies are, and actually they align with your business values as well. So I think that's actually really quite special that it all fits together. It's not Daniella is this and then she's something else when, she's not working, she's not coaching. You are bringing to people who you are, genuinely. So I think that's beautiful. I'm going to ask you a really funny question, actually. So I just thought it'd be quite fun to add in some silly ones. So let's say if you were to invent a ridiculous workout trend, what would it be and what would you name it?
Ooh, what would it be? Wow.
Daniella has no idea that these questions are being. Just think of a ridiculous, I don't know, ridiculous workout trend. What could you think of?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think something that I will do or something that I will invent. Okay, maybe, yeah, when the challenge or the trend will be when you go to the gym to do your training, you're not allowed to take your phone with you. It might
Oh,
sound ridiculous, but honestly, it annoys me so much. I made so many videos about this. It drives me crazy when I see people at the gym doing the workouts. They do 5 minutes of workout and 30 minutes of spending time on their phone scrolling, or even when they do the exercise, if they're doing, let's say, leg extension, one hand is holding the handle and the other hand is holding the phone, and the legs, you see them moving up and down. I'm like, where's the mind muscle connection? Like, what are you doing? So yeah, I think a workout trend that I will do, it's, the workouts, I don't care any workout, but the challenge will be, don't take your phone with you. Leave it in your car, leave it at home. I don't care about your music. That's the challenge. No music, even though that's going to be challenging. But if you take your phone with you, you're going to be more tempted to, oh, let me just check this notification. Let me just check this. And I don't want that. I want people to, when they're there, be focused 100%. And that's, yeah. And I feel when I talk about this, like with my sister or with my friends, they're always like, you cannot control people. Like, stop, that's their own business. That's not your business. I'm like, I know it's not my business, but like, if they go to the gym, like, I want them to do the workout. Like, they're spending the time, they're investing the time in their money. Like, they should be doing the workout. Otherwise, why you go to the gym? Like, why would you go to the gym to just spend time looking at Instagram or TikTok or YouTube? Go home and do those things. If you are somewhere, make the most out of your time, get your workout done, go home and do whatever the hell you want. I don't care, but just get your workout done. So yeah, I will do that. Maybe that's something I should do. I should do like a little challenge. Yeah,
why
I like
not?
that.
I love it. The no phone challenge. The
Yeah.
Danielle no phone challenge.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, so what is your guilty pleasure when it comes to food?
Ice cream.
Oh,
100%.
brilliant.
Ice cream. Yeah.
What was your most embarrassing gym moment?
Most
Either
embarrassing gym
something
moment.
that you've experienced or something you've witnessed.
Let's see. See, you're putting one on the spot every single question.
I feel like you
What?
have one, Daniela. You definitely have one, but I may
Yeah,
have,
I have.
but you've got
I
one.
just, yeah, I just feel like it's not too embarrassing. So I'm gonna tell you the one I'm thinking. I just feel like
Yeah.
it's kind of, yeah, it's not too a little bit. So one time I was at the gym. It was early morning, maybe like 6:30 a.m. I was drinking my water in my shaker, my protein shake, drinking my water, but it's one of those protein shakes that, sometimes they're really hard to close the little lid, because you have to close it really hard and it goes like click. And that's when you know it's closed. But I didn't, because it was too noisy. I didn't realize I left it open. So I left it open. I put it in my gym bag open, and then I walked to the next machine. I wanted to use the cables. So from the distance between the machine that I was using to the cables, it was about, I'll say 5 to 6 meters, maybe, or maybe less, a little bit less. So all the way walking, that water bottle, the shaker, was upside down. So the water was leaking. So I kind of looked that I was peeing the whole time, but I didn't realize until I got to the cables, and I was like, there's something wet in here. And then I looked up and I saw all the way that I came. It was like all wet. My back was leaking. My leggings were a little bit wet. And I was like, oh shit. I just like put my head down, closed my shaker, and like did my exercise really quick. But the funny thing, no one said anything, and that just shows you like people don't really care about what you do at the gym. No one say like, hey, just be careful, your water is leaking, hey, are you peeing yourself, like, are you okay? It just, yeah, it's funny, like no one cares about that. So I will say that was, yeah, it was kind of embarrassing. I was embarrassed. Yeah, that was like my little funny embarrassed moment at the gym.
I like that one. And it's so true what you say about people are not really paying attention, because maybe people are in there also doubting themselves, and so in the situation that they're just not paying attention.
Mhm.
Or it could be they are doing the no phone Daniella challenge, where the phone is not there and they're just so concentrated on their workout that they're just not paying attention to anyone else.
I
So
like it.
yeah. So we're going to take it back to, again, just a little bit more value for your, for your people, your listeners and stuff as well. But if you could give one piece of advice to someone who's just starting their fitness journey, what would it be?
Just get it done, get it started. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait to get more money. That's often an excuse I hear all the time. I just need more money. I need this. You don't need anything. All you need is just to get it started. It's like when people say, I want to start running, but first I need to get a new pair of shoes. I need to get some workout gear. I need to get like a nice pair of leggings or shorts. It's like, you don't need anything. You just need to put one foot in front of the other. That's all you need if you want to run. Literally get outside, put one foot in front of the other, and then run. Run, run, run. It's the same with fitness. You don't need anything. You don't need the gym clothes. You don't need the new shoes. You don't need the gym accessories. You don't need the latest shake, the protein shake, or accessories for the gym. You don't need anything. You just need to get it started. So my best and biggest advice will be get it started. Don't put it off another day, not even another hour, not even another weekend. Just literally get it started ASAP, like right now. And what's next is just gonna come, and it's gonna be easier. It's always just the main thing. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Another one. Two tips. So number one, two advices. Two tips. One, get started. And the second one, if you feel like you know it all and you feel like you have all the knowledge, but yet you're not taking action, maybe you don't know it all. Maybe you just need that accountability. So this, no one, don't pretend or don't lie to yourself, telling yourself, I know it all. I don't need a coach. I don't know. I don't need this. I don't need that. If you're not doing anything, it's because you need someone to help you. So maybe put your ego aside, put your ego somewhere else, keep it there, and get that help. Because if you truly want to make those changes, you need to make something happen. Take that action and don't just keep that knowledge for yourself. If you can use it and you're doing it, amazing. But if you're not, and you know that you should be doing something, but you're not doing those things, you need that discipline. And the only way you're going to get it is by being accountable with the help of a coach. Or you're probably going to think, no, I wouldn't say that for our friend or your boyfriend, because they're going to help you for the first few days or weeks, and then what's going to happen? They're not going to be there for you. But if it's a coach, someone that you're paying them, that person's going to keep you accountable. So get it started and get help.
Love that. Absolutely love that. What can we all look forward to from Daniella in the future? So here we are, coming to 2024. Yeah. What does the rest of the year look like for you and beyond? What can we expect from you?
Yeah. So rest of the year, I will say I'm going to be doing more podcast episodes. I've got so many episodes planned. I've got a few exciting things, a few exciting episodes. I want to change it up a little bit. I want to still keep it with mindset nutrition, fitness, and all of that. But I also want to talk about more mindset things, success, and that's why I'm bringing new speakers, new coaches to the team. Yeah, new interviews, interviews. I've got one scheduled for tomorrow, which I'm very, very excited about to share with you guys. So just, look up for that, because there's going to be so much value in those episodes, not just tomorrow, but every single week. I'm going to make sure to bring more value to you guys. I'm gonna keep helping more women. So my goal is to help 100 women by the end of this year. So if you're probably listening to this and you're gonna be one of them, because if you're listening to this, trust me, you will be one of them. And I'm gonna help you reach your fitness goals. We're gonna be growing. We're gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep helping more women. There's gonna be lots of transformations. There's gonna be lots of success stories. That's my main goal. Like trying to show women that they can make anything happen and they can reach their fitness goals. They don't need to suffer. They don't need to go to the extremes. They don't need to try anything crazy. They just need to take action, put the work, and they will achieve those goals. So it's going to be so many women that are going to push themselves out of the comfort zone. And that's also one of my goals for this year, help them push themselves out of the comfort zone. And something else that I think for you guys to look for on me, or on my page or whatever, more personal growth from me. There's going to be more exciting things coming up for the business as well. I've got a few things planned, which I'm very excited to share in the future, not now. And I'll say future as in like next year or 2 years, 3 years, 4 years from now. I know that we're going to be a very big community worldwide, not just in New Zealand, not just in Australia, but it's going to be everywhere. Hopefully we're going to do like meetups with everyone, go to the gym, train, and then one day, one of my goals as well is to start my own clothing line. So with like crop tops, leggings, gym clothes, that's something that I really, really like, because I feel like, there's so many people doing that right now, but there's not something that I want. There's not that thing that I truly want to, create and achieve. So I think that's also one of the goals. So that's coming up, not very soon, but that will be coming up in the future. And we're also going to be doing some, it's a few interviews, not on the podcast, but outside the podcast. And we're going to be in a stage. I don't know where, but we're going to be in the stage somewhere, talking to people, talking to the community, inspiring more women. And that's what's going to happen in the next few years.
Love it. Absolutely love it, Danielle. That was brilliant. Thank you so much for letting me interview you. I'll let you finish. How did you find
thank you. I like that. I like your questions. You put me on the spot. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you liked this episode. If you liked it, or if you have any other questions that you want to ask me, if you want to get to know me a little bit more, send them on Instagram, send them on TikTok, whatever platform you use to listen to me. And make sure to share this on your social media. Make sure to listen to my other podcasts. Until next time. And as I always say, don't ever stop believing in yourself. Ciao.